What's up everybody, 40 the Broadway Saiyan here, and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. This time we have a video on Eversoul, and we're going to be asking the question, should you be summoning for Aki, a brand new character who's about to debut soon in Eversoul? But before we go ahead and get into that, you guys know the drill. If you enjoy what you see on this channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, that way you guys are not missing out on future uploads. Leave a like on this video, and if you guys have had a chance to take a look at Aki's kit, which is on the Pridewin website, what do you guys think about it so far? Will you be pulling, and are you excited for this character? So again, shoutouts to the Pridewin team for translating and having Aki's skills available for us to take a look at before her debut. Now, full disclosure, all of the values that are present in this website could change upon the actual debut of this character. We saw it happen with Erica, where Erica had some things change alongside with her artifact, so it could definitely happen to Aki. So all of these numbers, take it with a grain of salt, but we're going to go ahead and take a look at what she's potentially be bringing to the table, and then should you be summoning for this character or not. So Aki is going to be of an epic rarity. She is going to be of the human faction. She is a warrior class, and her gear type is going to be dexterity. And we're just going to go ahead and jump right into her skills, starting off with her ultimate called Crimson Blossom. So what this does is she attacks the enemy, dealing damage equal to 250% of the enemy with the lowest HP. So she's going to be targeting that enemy target that is near death. And if this skill incapacitates the target, she's also going to be restoring 30% HP and 3000 mana, and if it deals a critical hit, it inflicts double the damage. Pretty insane. As you can see right there with the upgrades, at level 101, she gets a higher damage modifier, and then at 201, it's an even higher damage modifier, and the lifesteal or the HP recovery, as well as the mana recovery, is even greater. That's a very, very powerful skill, and if you need to finish off an enemy target that is near death, this is a great ultimate skill to be pressing, especially like, let's say you got like a pesky target, like let's say, for example, let's say an enemy Adrienne is about to go down, and you have this ultimate available. Press this ultimate. Well, unless the Adrienne miraculously survives or has an ally like giving her a shield, that Adrienne is probably gonna die. Now we're gonna go ahead and take a look at her main skill, which is called Secret Sword Moonslash. So this is going to be dealing damage equal to 210% of the attack to the enemy with the lowest HP. So very similar to her ultimate skill. And if it's a critical hit, well, it deals double damage. So very, very strong. At level 81, it gets a damage increase, and at level 181, it gets a further damage increase, and if the skill incapacitates the target, she's going to be getting that HP restoration and that mana restoration as well. Very, very strong. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at her sub-skills here. So her first sub-skill is called Double Moon Slice. She's going to be throwing her sword forward to the target with the highest attack, so this one has a different functionality, dealing damage equal to 120% of attack, and also reducing their mana by 400 every 2 seconds for 10 seconds. And if it's a critical hit, again, it deals double damage. At level 21, the damage modifier is increased. At level 121, we get an even higher damage modifier increase, with the mana reduction also being greater. And then it also changes into a special debuff that cannot be canceled. So this cannot be cleansed, that mana reduction. Very, very strong. I love that sub-skill. Her second sub-skill is called Flaming Flowers. So she's going to be slashing away at the nearest enemy, dealing damage equal to 150% of attack. It also increases her crit rate by 25% for 14 seconds. This is crucial that you get this sub-skill to activate, because remember, if she deals critical hit, she deals double the damage. And it also is the same application for the sub-skill too. At level 41, the damage modifier is increased, and the crit rate is also increased. And then the same thing at level 141, the damage modifier is increased even further, with that crit rate increasing even more. Finally, we're going to take a look at her passive. So her passive is called Clear Mirror Still Water. So she blocks enemy attacks while maintaining her composure despite her burning will. She's going to gain a special effect called Clear Mirror Still Water, which reduces the amount of total damage received for 6 seconds by 50% if her attacks hit as critical hits. So it's a strange condition where she's essentially reducing total damage received, but she has to be dealing critical hits. So you want to make sure that for this passive to really benefit you, you want to increase her, or have some way of increasing her crit chance. And if she is hit while the Clear Mirror Still Water effect is active, she's going to gain a new buff called Inferno, which increases her attack by 20% for 6 seconds. At level 61, it increases the Inferno effect by to 25%, and then at level 161, that attack increase for Inferno is even greater at 30%. So all in all, I love her kit. There's a lot of flavor with either attacking the lowest enemy HP target, dealing double damage with, if it's a critical hit. She has that HP restoration if she incapacitates the target, as well as the mana restoration. And she also has a little bit of disruption, having a mana damage over time with her sub skill, and also having it becoming a debuff that cannot be cleansed. So all in all, very, very flavorful kit for a damage dealer. Now we're going to take a look at her artifact real quick. So remember, these values can change because they actually did change with Erica, even before Erica's artifact came out. But pretty much in a nutshell, assuming that this is what her artifact is going to be doing, it's called Muramasa. She gets a special buff, which increases crit damage by 10%, and also grants immunity to crowd control throughout the duration when she's hit with that clear mirror still water. So very, very cool. And the upgrades are as follows. So 1 and 2 increases the crit damage. At 3, not only does she get a further increase the crit damage, but she also gets an increase in speed, allowing her to move faster. 4 and 5 is more increase to the crit damage. And then finally, at upgrade 6, she gets an even further boost to crit damage and also further boost to her speed. So after all is said and done, one of my overall thoughts about Aki, I describe her as like a single target kind of assassin-like burst damage dealer, but her targets are very specific, but they're specific in a way that benefits you because she targets either the enemy that's near death, and because if it's a critical hit, she deals double damage. I mean, unless the enemy team has like some crazy support, that's guaranteed death. Like, this character will definitely just shred that target to pieces. And there's benefits to actually incapacitating the target because she heals herself, she also restores mana, and then critical hits, she deals double damage. So right now, I'm thinking of ways to increase her critical hit rate. I'm thinking of like having a unit such as like maybe Mephistopheles helping her out or something like that. Mephistopheles is also part of the human faction, so you could definitely complement her kit in that sense. So definitely a very strong unit in terms of, burst single target damage on specific targets. Now, what are her weaknesses? While her kit sounds amazing on paper, she is, again, another damage dealer. And when it comes to damage dealers, they will require the most investment. You always want to prioritize Ascension with dupes and things like that with your damage dealers, because not only do you want them dealing as much damage as possible, but because they get an increase in their base stats, they have a higher rate of survivability. Because as we've seen with our damage dealers, they're pretty squishy. If the tank goes down and they start going after your damage dealers are going to get ripped to shreds. So even though she has that self-sustainability, even though but it is conditional, you still want to invest in her because she is a damage dealer. So if you're looking to invest in this character, at least I want to say Eternal or maybe Legendary Plus. I don't know what your guys' gems are looking at or your Everstones are looking right now, but at least Legendary Plus or maybe even Eternal for you to at least, get the most out of Aki as a unit. And also, despite the survivability with the conditional HP heal and the mana restoration, I'm not seeing, I mean, they don't list the stats here, but I'm not seeing any sort of like evasion. I know that was one of the things that was discussed about Valana, is that she doesn't have a lot of evasion, even though she has the lifesteal and the damage mitigation. Without the evasion, which evasion really, really comes into play and comes in handy when it comes to really, really hard fights, you're going to get ripped to shreds as a damage dealer. So I'm not sure if Aki has that, although she is a dexterity unit. We're just going to have to see when we actually see her stats, in game, when we actually get a chance to see them. But I'm not really seeing that right now. But all in all, I think she's a great unit. Oh, she's missing out on AoE. She's a single target damage dealer. So if you're looking for like more AoE, well, she's not going to be it. So just keep that in mind. And also, I know that people are going to probably compare her to Lindsay. I think her overall greater damage output is higher than Lindsay's, but she doesn't have the CC that Lindsay has, so they're both different. So I don't really see the need to compare them. But, if you are going to compare them, list down what they have in common, and then list down what they don't have in common, because you'll start to understand that they are very different units. But all in all, I personally will be pulling. I love her design. She's like the samurai girl. I love the way that her damage actually functions. It targets specific units, in that either a unit that's literally about to die, or it also targets like, you know, the unit that either has, you know, the highest attack or that's closest to her. So very, very cool kit overall. I feel like it has a lot of flavor. I'm looking forward to seeing like her actual numbers, unless, you know, unless they don't change from what we already have here listed on the Pridewin website. So do give this website a read if you guys are still unsure about this unit. I'm gonna be pulling. I already have Everstones invested to make sure that I'm gonna be pulling for this unit. And for those of you that are still undecided, don't just watch my videos. You know, make sure to check out the other fantastic content creators out there. There's others out there that actually go into an even deeper dive into these characters. So then that way you guys will get opinions and information from different sources, and you guys will be better educated on whether or not you're going to be investing in these characters. All right, guys. Well, this is going to go ahead and conclude my video for should you summon for Aki. Let me know in the comment section below what your guys' plans are. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to have a fun discussion for this upcoming character in Eversoul. Thank you guys again for watching. Stay tuned for the next video, and stay blessed, everybody.
This is my journey.